Brought to you by DIS, keeping companies connected with cloud-based solutions. Come on, City.
Stuart, good to chat with you again. If we can start with team news first and foremost, how are you bodies-wise going into Saturday?
We've got Ben Richards Everton back, added to the squad as and the same squad as the other night, even though obviously Pord had a head knock and Elliot got a knock and Bryce got a knock, but they're all fine. They all came through today. So same squad as the other night, with Ben added to it.
And good news then for Clayton after what was an initial scare.
Yeah. Forgot about him. Do you want to start again?
Should we start again?
I was thinking he's recovered quick.
I'm looking at the board ahead of me, right? And I'm looking at the injured players. And I'm thinking, to be honest, it's not a definite about Clates. So he's still got a chance of, we're deciding tomorrow, but he's not ruled out and he's not ruled in. But
yeah. We'll go again. We'll go again.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Take two. Okay. Yeah. Right then, Stuart, good to chat with you again. We'll start with team news if we may. How are you bodies-wise going into Saturday's game?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, we a couple of bumps and bruises the other night, but Pordy's fine, Elliot's fine, Bryce is fine. The one that's still a slight doubt is Clayton, although he's a lot better today than he was yesterday, and we've still got another 48 hours. So hopefully, just a little tweak of his hip. But we're confident he might be okay. And so it'll be the same squad as the other night, plus Ben Richards Everton is back available now as well.
Where does that leave you on the attacking front then? I know we discussed it on Tuesday after the game. Austin Samuel's the only recognised striker. Does it mean that other players may have to be versatile, adapt their game somewhat to fill that role, or do you have to change the system to accommodate?
No, again, we'll wait for, obviously, the news on Clayton, but Austin's there. We didn't put Austin on the other night because obviously, if it looks as though Clayton were missing, he's only our recognised striker, and with 10 minutes to go, 50 minutes to go, we didn't want him obviously to get a knock and be out completely. So, Dylan has played occasionally up there, but no, we'll just have a look at it. We won't be changing much, but we're just unfortunate at this moment in time. I think we've got obviously 4 lads out. Plus Levi, who's suspended, but mainly most attacking threats, So, and I think the other night, even with Ben out, you would say the 6 lads that are out will probably all make it into the 18-man squad. So we've been a little bit unfortunate of late. But as we said the other day, don't always have to be strikers that score. And, the midfield lads chips in with goals the other night. So something we'll just have to balance and get through at this moment in time. Hopefully they won't be too far off returning.
How's Zelly getting on? I realise it's kind of been a bit of a setback.
Yeah, no, listen, he's had his best pre-season he's had. He played the most minutes in pre-season games than any of our players did. He came off in one of the games at half-time with a slight strain, and it was going fine, and then he just tweaked something in the gym and set him back again. But he's back up to, I think he'll join in. He's doing everything else with the physios. I think he'll probably join in maybe a little bit of football work with us tomorrow and look to join with us fully on Monday. But he's frustrated naturally because he'd certainly be a player for us that would be able to first come off the bench and lighten things up. But he's getting close now.
Okay. Just looking at Saturday in more detail, and you said that you won't change too much. I was going to ask you about how you view this as an opportunity maybe for some of the younger players to get a chance, or are you looking to maybe just maintain momentum and keep the same team or similar to the one that played against Southend?
No, hey, listen, we need to go there and win. It won't be we won't be tinkering with too much. It won't be an experimental side, that's for sure. If the young lads are picked, they'll be picked on merit. No, we've tried to get as much information and footage of them as we possibly can. Since the draw was made, they've not had a game, but we've got a couple of games we've managed to see. So listen, it's a game where we've got to go and put a marker down and concentrate on ourselves, be as professional as we can. Expect a tough game because I'm sure they'll be up for it, and there's no doubt about that. I think the weather's going to be good. The park looks in decent nick, a slight little slope, but nothing untoward. So it's a mentality thing. Go out and take a grip of the game like we did the other night.
Given the current climate, given where they are in the football pyramid, how much information can you gather about Tonbridge Angels? How much research, how much preparation can you do with what I imagine are limited resources at the moment?
Yeah, like I said, we've managed to get a couple of the games. The video angles are not great, and obviously they don't have squad numbers and team sheets and things like that. But as I said, we've just got to focus on ourselves. We'll normally go into games and know who for the opposition is the best headers, or the best at set pieces, or things like that. So, but we've just got to make sure we're meticulously prepared, certainly set piece wise and where we go and what we do, and then just go and play the game and take part in the game and be the best we can be.
I asked Pordy a similar question. Everyone outside of your City bubble will be looking at this game as a cup upset, a big shock horror, a David versus Goliath situation. So how do you as a group avoid that narrative, do what you need to do, remain efficient and get the job done?
I think that's it. I'm sure there will be upsets this weekend. That you can look through how many games. There's lots of games, isn't there? I'm sure there will be upsets, and some we've just got to make sure we're not one of them. But I was part of the Bradford side that got beat at Telford a couple of seasons, 20, 30 years ago, should I say, early on in about January time. Thankfully, that stage we went and got promoted. I think it was 84, 85. So, yeah, I mean, they happen, but obviously you don't want it to happen to yourself. So we've just got to be, mentally prepared, first and foremost, to know what to expect, and then make sure we're on our game and playing it as best we can and keep the standards high.
You've kind of led into my next question as well, which is that football did exist before 95 when I was born, and the FA Cup did hold, I would say, probably greater significance than what it does now. Are you still a romantic with the Cup? Do you hold sentiment towards it?
Yeah, certainly the FA Cup, definitely, without a doubt, yeah. I'd like to be managing Bradford when we come in at the third FA Cup third round rather than the first round, but that might be a couple of seasons away. But yeah, of course. Yeah, it's when the draw come out, you want a home tie. Obviously, we didn't get one, and then to find what we have to, or try to find, do his homework on them has been difficult. But again, it's a game of football. We've got to go out and be as professional and as clinical as we can and get the job done.
I just want to dwell a little bit on Tuesday's performance and Tuesday's results, Stuart, if I may, and just to kind of really get an idea of how that's had an impact on you as a squad from a morale perspective. Have you seen a change of emotion or atmosphere amongst the group, given how successful you were on Tuesday evening?
Yeah, I don't think it's a secret we needed a victory, naturally, to lift everything. But I think we'll go back to what I said a couple of weeks ago about, trying to stick with the system, believe in the process, what we're aiming to do. And then, on the back of when we did that against Bolton, I think, we certainly deserve more than what we got, and possibly could have won the game. But we went to Barrow and we knew with the conditions it wasn't going to be a game of football. But we were determined on Tuesday night to come out and play, through the thirds, which, having watched the game back, we did very well at numerous occasions. As I said, so much so they changed the shape early on to try to combat what we were doing. But we still managed to get as good players on the ball and create opportunities. So it's just about, sticking with what we're aiming to do on the park, knowing his roles and responsibilities. Naturally, things will change at different times against different formations. Result being different, we have to change things and flip things about. But in the main, just have a steadfast approach to what we're doing.
Yeah. Finally, as well, Stuart, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a Bradford City fan called Johnny Carrington who has set up a Just Giving page, which has actually raised over £5,000 for Tonbridge Angels, given the fact that they're not going to have any fans there, to compensate what would have been a big day for them. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but it just shows, doesn't it, how even in the toughest of times that we're in, with lockdown now back into full force, fans still see the importance of the FA Cup and what it could have done for Tonbridge Angels as a football club.
Yeah, no, I wasn't aware about it at all. I've been trying to concentrate and trying to get as much information on the Angels as we can, but I wasn't aware of it. But a lovely gesture, and that shows that there's a good spirit in the football world.
Stuart, thank you, and good luck for Saturday. Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Stuart, just following on from what you said there, when the draw was initially made, there was a lot of fans saying, "Who are they? Anyone know anything?" Was that pretty much the same for you?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I saw a lot of non-league clubs come out, and I thought, oh, that'd be a difficult one. That would be a difficult one. And when they came out, I think it was my daughter went on website or whatever to tell me where they were. I didn't even. I knew which area of the country it was in, but I didn't know what league they were in or anything like that. So yeah, and ever since then, it's been a case of trying to get his homework done on them.
And I suppose with the way the lockdown is as well, has that had to change the way you've had the build up to this game and how you plan to travel and everything?
No, the travel will be the same. We managed to get it booked into a hotel, I think 25 minutes away from the ground. Obviously, it's an early kickoff. We'll go down on Friday on the same coach that we use probably most of the season now. No tables on it, no cooking facility, etc. But that's, we're used to that now. So, no, nothing's really changed in that. Other than that, if there was an opportunity, normally would have been to use a pool when you get down on Friday, just for any lads that are a little bit stiff and that they could, but you can't do that now. Can't use the gym naturally. So it's a case of no, it's almost the same.
Okay, thanks very much. Good luck on Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.
I was like you with a mad Google, Stuart, that Monday night when the draw was made, trying to work out what was going on. Just to flip back to Southend really quickly before I go on to Tonbridge. You mentioned, didn't you, obviously briefly to me on Tuesday night about the lads from midfield. I mean, that must be a real boost for them, for all three of them to score. I could see that their morale almost went up when they scored. So that must be delightful for them three.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about it at Mansfield. I said before, Pritch had a really good game, Mansfield, but could have scored 3. Cookie should have had a couple in other games. And obviously, Elliott got one with his free kick, but he has got a decent shot on him. Again, I'm looking at the 2 O'Connors when they go for set pieces. They've got good aerial strength, and the deliveries we've been putting in of late have been very good. So I would expect them to start chipping in as well. But we need to chip in all over the park. We've got, I expect and hope when Gareth Evans gets fully fit from midfield, he'll be a goal-scoring midfield attacking player for us. And obviously we've got the likes of, Knowles as top scorer out at the moment, Zelly who can create things, and Big Curtis will just need a goal to get himself up and running. So, yeah, there's a lot of hopefully goals, more goals to come. But I'm sure the 3 lads got, like any time, if you score, it gives you a boost without a doubt. Yeah.
No, definitely. And obviously, just on to Tonbridge now. Then on Saturday, I don't know if you know this, but they've got a lad that has got a Champions League winners medal. He played at Inter Milan, the winger. He won a reality TV show 10 years ago. So he's trained with Patrick Vieira, Zanetti. He's been managed by Mourinho. I mean, is he someone that you might not have been able to do much prep, but he's someone that maybe you've got to keep a special eye on?
It's funny because I've looked at the games and I recognise the lad's name, and I've just been in with the analyst now, and he just exactly told me everything you've told me, and I remember watching that TV programme, so I do remember him and recognise him. But I think he scored a couple in the last time. They won the last cup game 5-0. I think he got a couple. Again, I'm going to watch another game this afternoon and get another look at them. But regarding them, they've played a back 3 and they've played a flat back 4 as well. So again, it's something we're not really sure of. But we weren't the other night against Southend. They flipped from a back 4 to a back 5, if you like, for the first 20 minutes. So again, it's being aware and doing your homework the best you can, but fully focusing on the way we want to go about how we want to play.
No, definitely. And obviously, Jerry mentioned it there about the FA Cup sort of being special. I mean, for you, particularly after the 89, it means a hell of a lot to you as a competition. Is it kind of good in a way that as a manager you can almost tell the lads, look, I've been there, done it, got to a cup final, like, this is what it's all about. Is that almost a benefit in some ways?
I do like talking about myself a lot, but I've got to say I've not mentioned it. No, I don't think any of the lads knew I used to play. That we've got such a young side, you know what I mean? We talk about things, football, and I think some of them struggle to remember who Paul Gascoigne was. That's how young they are. But no, it's not something. Now, when we get to if we can get to the quarters and that, we maybe start talking about things. But no, we'll just let the lads fully focus on the job in hand. And as I said, come Saturday, they'll know what they need to do. But it's going out and producing, and that's what we need to be aware of.
Great stuff. And just finally for me, Stuart, obviously, Steve McKim was chatting to Simon last week in the car park at Bolton, I think, and Steve had said then that obviously he sort of told his players about you guys playing against Chelsea, and obviously when the League Cup, when they beat Arsenal and Villa in that run. Is it a difficult one, sort of being? And he's quite confident. He's like, look, if they can do that to those teams, we can do that to Bradford. Is it a difficult one being the hunted rather than the hunter for a change?
Yeah, probably so. But that's what cup football's all about, isn't it? And if we can progress and get to the third round, then we might become that, as you say, the hunter. But no, listen, what Phil and the team did a few years ago was unbelievable, incredible. One of the best FA Cup results in football, in history of football, in the FA Cup to win at Chelsea. But it's a different era now, certainly different team, different squad, different mentality. But no, we just focus on this. Yeah, we go in, actually, we will be, as most league clubs will be, expected to win and favourites. But, history shows you there's been loads of cup upsets. And again, I'm sure there will be some on the weekend, but we've just got to make sure we're not one of them.
Brought to you by DIS, keeping companies connected with cloud-based solutions. Come on, City.